Hey, good evening / good morning. Welcome everybody to all around. Uh, down at the Portsmouth, that's where Cardell's at. Portsmouth Invitational Tournament. This is day two. So Cardell, double OT game tonight. We'll get to that in just a little bit. There were three games today. There's going to be three games tomorrow. The first game of today. Let me go to get this up here for you guys. We had K&D Rounds Landscaping beating Janai King 89-73. As you guys can see, the player of the game. And this one was Terrell Brown Jr. with 23 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists. Cardell, the second game of the day. Sales Systems Limited beats Portsmouth Sports Club 92-80. So I want to get your thoughts on that one, and I'll pull up the box score and whatnot.
Yes, sir. Starting out with a few standouts as usual. Just bear with me. There's a few names, but I'm gonna try to get through them as quickly as possible. I'm gonna start off with Alonzo Verge Jr. out of Nebraska, 6'3" point guard. He's a Cameron Payne type. He followed, the signs or whatever. You know what I'm talking about, the backup point guard behind Chris Paul. He's that type of guy through and through. Just pass first point guard, high energy leader, hot, very vocal, energetic, passionate point guard, man. Not afraid in the moment, tough, and gets excited about every play, and especially seeing others on his team shine. Uh, you know, he could pass the route with the best of them. He might be the best passer right now that I've seen at Portsmouth. I'm gonna give him a few more days. Well, another day just to see if somebody emerged. Maybe they had the jitters, so to speak. But if anyone, G League, I'm not quite sure if he's ready for the 82 game season. But definitely G League and overseas eyes should be looking at him because of the way he can defend and facilitate and run the team. And his energy that he brings, he seems like one of those players that's always in a good mood and always hyped. That's contagious for a team, and that gets you through the dog days to keep winning going. Keep high level play going. So, he definitely shine. And just to kind of piggyback off, just to kind of speak on his, stats: 12 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, and 3 steals. So that just tells you about his overall impact, on both ends. Next up is Cole Swider out of Syracuse. Uh, he reminds me of a guy that used to play for the Wizards now with the Rockets, Garrison Matthews. You know what I mean? Tough, hard nosed, high motor, hustle type guy that can stretch the floor with 3 pointers. And if you're not careful, he go in there and bang on you too, man. He can guard the 2-3 easily. Because he, as you can see in the picture, he's worked on his body. He's strong. He's not a slim type guy. He has a pro body already. He has pro strength. He can hold his position. If you try to post him up with bigger wings or whatnot, he's still agile, quick enough to stay with shooting guards that may try to attack him off the perimeter, man. So that's the name of the game in the NBA these days, man. If you want any chance of playing in the league, you got to be able to defend multiple positions, man. And it's just it gets no more real than that, man. And a lot of people are trying to ignore that then, and they're paying for it because they already got guys that can put the ball on, so to speak. And especially to be 6'9", man. Just to be out there on the wing. You can't ask for anything more for a 6'9" guy to be able to defend on the perimeter, hold his own on the block, but still give you some offensive production as well. The league is dominated by those type of guys, so I think he opened a lot of guys in the league and overseas or whatnot. I think pro personnel in general. I think he opened their eyes, and I believe he has a shot if he continues to play like he did tonight. Alex O'Connell out of Creighton, great shooter on the move, spotting up. Um, his handle is solid. It's not like he's going to come down and mix somebody up, but he'll get to a spot and get the job done. And that's all you can ask for right there. He had 19 points and 7 of 14 shooting, 3 of 5 from deep, 8 rebounds. The turnovers, he got cut that down. He had 5, but you're going to expect that in this type of setting. But still, if you're trying to catch league guys, you can't give the other team the ball. But overall, his production, the efficiency shooting the ball was it was big time, man. So, and he had one hell of a dunk coming down the lane, so he'll surprise you with that. I think he got a shot. I really do. Talking to some NBA personnel today, they were kind of saying that today was it was a little iffy, with with the play and the production and whatnot. But I don't know. I just like what he sees, from us covering the league. I see a lot of guys in his mode in the rotations across the league. So, he just had to cut down on the turnovers because those turnovers could have easily been 22, 23 points. And that looks a lot better in the box score. So, I like what I saw out of him. Definitely he could shoot the hell out of the ball, man. He had that reputation coming in, and he pretty much validated that reputation right away. Malik Williams out of Louisville, 6'11" big man, tough inside, just a rugged type muscle man bruiser that we used to grow up on in the 90s. He's kind of a throwback big, but he got a soft touch. He showed he could step out and hit a couple 3-pointers or whatnot, and that's big for the bigs today. He had 7 points, but he was 2 of 4 from 3. You know what
It's
I
not
mean?
bad at all.
No, it's not. Now, the issue with him is he's not the most mobile big for some reason. He looks like he should be, but he's not. And that affects him in a lot of ways because as tough and strong as he is, he can't. He'll bang and move space, but he can't get around guys to go get the board. At least that's what I saw today. You know what I mean? And then what limited him today was a lot of teams were putting him in pick and roll, and he was struggling on hedge offs to defend. But his ability to defend in the block, being 6'11", which you're going to need with the emerging bigs starting to take over the league, he can do that because he's strong and he'll stand his ground. And then on top of that, he can keep the centers out the paint because he can shoot the ball. You know what I'm saying? And then also, I just think with this being his team's first day of playing games, everybody trying to fill each other out and stuff like that. So we all know these type of showcases, guards have an advantage. They got the ball in their hands, and I don't think they quite understood how to utilize him. So I'm eager to see how he continues to produce moving forward. But he has the tools if one of his floor generals know how to utilize him. Next up, Chaz Sherman out of Illinois, quick 3-level scorer. Reminds me a lot of, I can't believe I just forgot the name, Charlotte Hornets. You know what I'm talking about. Score always lights up the Wizards. Dark skin.
Rozier, Terry Rozier.
Yeah,
I got you.
He in that mode. There you go. He's in that mode. He puts up points and bunches. And the thing I love about him, he's a 3-level scorer. He's not limited, where he's just like, maybe mid range or, you know what I'm saying? He's just jacking for 3. That's not what he is. And tonight, 18 points, 6 of 14 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3, 4 of 6 from the free throw line with 3 assists and 1 turnover. You feel what I'm saying? Like he's efficient. He's efficient with the way he can put the ball on in the basket, man. So, he's dangerous, and I like what he brought to today. And Darius Days, LSU, big body, 6'7", 245-pound 4. But he's an undersized stretch 4, which means he can hit jumpers mid-range, all the way out the NBA range, pick and pop, pick and roll. He showed he can handle the ball well enough to get to his spots and pull up on guys. And he could defend on the perimeter and the block.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to ask. What did he look like defensively,
Yes,
having that weight? Because that sounds like a great combination, especially nowadays. As much as some folks like to go small, you got somebody who can move at that size and have some weight behind them too. It's not bad at all.
Oh, he had outstanding today. He had 21 points, 8 of 19 shooting. He could be a little bit more efficient, but he was aggressive 3 and 9 from deep. But he had 8 rebounds and 2 steals in 22 minutes. So yeah, he's somebody to look at, man, because his versatility and in the NBA they still doing a lot of small ball stuff. So for me, even if you play a team with traditional size or a team playing small ball stuff with me, he's always gonna have a mismatch if he understands what he got going on because of his skill set, the way he can shoot the ball. Put a big on, I'm gonna go around you, get to my spot, or take it all the way and get to the free throw line. You put a small on me, I can post up and abuse him or screen and roll him. One way or another, he has the skill set and the talent to be able to make a play, and that's the main thing that you're trying to showcase here. So yeah, if he can continue to defend as the fatigue set in, as the week goes on, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a call. Moving on to the second game, Mike Newman versus Sportsman. If you want to go and read those.
Oh yeah, for sure. Double OT. Mike Human, Auto Sales, Top Sportsman's Partnership, 8177. Man, I was keeping track on Twitter, and the thread of that game kept going and going and going. But you were actually in the gym. What'd you think of that one as I get the box score up?
Yeah, they come on, man. Y'all they won threatening triple overtime out here. Lord Jesus, man. But it was actually good, man. The players pro personnel got to see these players in this game figure out how to win. And that's the whole, like I said before, the whole Portsmouth even started, said on the focus. It's not just about playing well individually. You got to win games. Like, it don't matter if you average 20 and 10, but you go 0 for it. They're going to be like, well, you ain't contributing winning. And that's what this is about. We need players that can produce and help us win. And, that's what they were battling for. So I wasn't mad at it. It was a little inconvenience, but, that comes with the territory. Starting off, man, I'm starting with Malik Williams, short. They call him Nate for short. Williams out of Buffalo, dynamic two-way threat. He reminds me a lot of the Kings guard Terrence Davis. They used to be with the Raptors. 6'4", stocky, shoot the ball, slash, defend, point guard and shooting guard. That's what he is. He's an all-around defender, man. The one thing I love about him is if you score him, you really have to earn it. Like, he does not just stop. Like, a lot of guys, when they get beat, they kind of slow up. Nope, he's still on you. And he's still trying to swarm. He's trying to block you from behind or strip you. Like, he's one of those guys that if you score him, he take it very personal. Like, he don't like that at all. You know what I mean? So that stands out right away. But, you know what I mean? He can score a little bit too, man. And that's always a plus with guys that can defend. I don't like the label where, when guys can score, they tend to just label them as a defender who can score. No, he's just an all-around player. You know what I mean? He just may not get the opportunities to show his offensive skill all the time. But Williams, like I said, he had a good all-around game. 15 points, 6 or 10 shooting from the field, 1 or 2 from deep, 2 or 3 from the free throw line, had 3 rebounds, man. And I wish they kept stats on how many stops he got. That's what you get, like a defensive rating. All the analytic boys, the metrics. Yeah, let's apply the metrics to that side of the floor because it's not going to show up in the box score, his defensive presence, man. But if you there, you understand what I'm talking about. So, for sure, if he keeps doing what he did tonight, for sure he's getting a call. It's no way he shouldn't. Alex Barcelo out of BYU. Haven't seen this kid play. First time seeing him. Tough sniper. Like, when I mean tough, he's a throwback type sniper to like the John Paxsons of old, where they were just dead-eye shooters, but also tough, physical defenders. I know Paxson wasn't the most agile laterally. This kid is a little bit more quicker and stuff, so he's a better defender, but they're tough. They don't back down. Like, if he gets switched on the 7-footer, he don't even look for help. He get down, bang with him, and give you everything he got to get that stop. And that's what Paxson did. And that's why it was hard, with those great Bulls teams for like even BJ. Even BJ was overall more talented. It was hard for him to take that spot because Paxson was a fighter. And that's what you see with this kid. He has a determination and toughness that's ridiculous. On top of that, man, he's a dead-eye shooter. Like, he don't miss. Like, if he gets a shot off, it's money, man. Like, just to he had 14 points, 5 or 8 from the field, and then the 2 of those misses came in the later overtime game. So in regulation, he only missed 1 shot. He was about 1 or 2 from deep, and 3 or 3 from the free throw line. You know what I mean? And like, I remember when I said he's tough, he had 3 fouls. You know what I mean? And he's one of the smaller players on the floor, man. But that tells you, how he was battling out there against the monsters, and he wasn't about to give it in. But he made his presence felt with his shooting and his physicality to be so small, man. So I'm excited to see how he keep progressing as we move forward. Moving on, Rocky Cruz out of North Dakota State, 6'10", 245 pounds. First of all, I want to send prayers up to him. He actually left the game early. Ugly scene, battling underneath the basket. Next thing you know, he walking off and the bone was sticking out his shoulder. So, yeah, that's tough at this time of year when you're trying to fight for a job. I won't wish that on nobody, so prayers up to him. Hopefully he can bounce back soon and give it his best so he can try to make it happen. As far as securing the job, rather be in the NBA format or overseas, but before he got hurt, he was on his way to a double-double. He had 9 points. He had 9 points and 6 rebounds before that in 16 minutes. So, you know, you had, remember, it went into triple overtime. No, it went in double overtime, my fault. So, it went in double overtime. I mean, you do the math. He'd have been out there, and that have easily been around 15 to 15 easily. So, you know, that tells you the type of impact he had, man. You know, he's just a bruiser forward. You know, he loves to finish strong, but can step outside of his shots. You know, the thing I like about him, he's a rugged rebounder where, I mean, when he goes out the boards, players bounce off of him. He don't bounce off of them. And that's rare in today's church. You know, his motor is a lot like Mark Madsen, the one that played for the Lakers. That's how his motor is. But this kid is bigger and more skilled. So that's why his bones sticking out his left. And that tells you he throws his weight around, man. So, you know, like I said, I mean, he was on his way to having a monster game. Man. I just hope he bounced back. Another guy, Anthony DeRugi, local guy, played for Team Takeover. You know, out of Florida, bouncy, athletic wing. He's very dangerous, slashing to the basket. Like, he's one of those guys, like, one dribble, it's a dunk. As you can see right there. One dribble, he's dunking that thing. But he can also rotate, get up there and block shots. So he's a rim protector. Definitely a versatile defender, man, being 6'7", 209, long wingspan, athletic. He can guard 2, 3s, and even some ones, depending on the type of ones he guarding, man. You know what I mean? So you got to get his jumper right. That's one area where he struggled with. He didn't hit a single three-pointer. You know, he had 10 points, but he missed a few jumpers, and he was 4-12 from the field. Most of those misses were jumpers. But like I said, he had 7 rebounds to go along with his strong defense output. So you got to find a way to show that he can shoot the ball, because that's going to hurt him, you know, as far as getting where his overall talent should place him to obviously possibly get a job, man. So we'll see how he go and how he gets better as the week goes along. Devonta Mccoy out of Boston, great shooter, especially in transition. You know, he's a great shooter also, you know, on the move and off the bounce. But he can also create off the bounce as far as getting in the lane, finishing at the basket, and making plays for others, man. He's just all around offensive threat. He's a solid defender. He can be better than what he showed today. He can be more physical, whatnot, but he's not food. You know, I'm not saying that, but I know he got another level, another gear he can reach to. But you know, overall, man, he did his thing tonight, man. I know he impressed. Trying to pull up the box score. Yeah, 19 points, 7-16 shooting, 4-9 from deep, 6 rebounds, man. So can't ask for much better numbers than that, man. You know, for me, my standard for guards is I like them to shoot around 50%. You know what I'm saying? At least from the field. I ain't saying from 3, but from the field, that's elite level efficiency for a guard, because you're taking a lot of your shots from the perimeter. You know what I mean? So anything close to that 45 up in that range, you getting it done. So, you know, he
came up with a block and a steal as well, huh?
Yep. So yeah, that's what I mean. He's solid. You know what I mean? But if he get after it more, I think he can have an even bigger impact on the defense end. And count down, you know, Alex Morales out of Wagner, local product, Juco kid, you know, played at PG, was NEC Player of the Year at Wagner. You know, he showed his all-around game. He didn't shoot the ball the best. I felt like he should have been more aggressive shooting the ball. He was 3 of 8, you know, right under 50%, 2 or 3 from deep. You know, 8 points. He showed he can hit the 3-point range. But he showed what makes him special and what made him play the year in this conference. He's a triple-double threat. He's a multifaceted threat. He had 6 rebounds and 6 assists in 39 minutes because he played in those overtimes. But only turned the ball over three times in all those minutes. So he takes care of the ball. He controls the game. He can score. You know, get others going, rebound. That's his game. You know, being versatile. You know, as a big floor general, he's legit 6'6". So, you know, but the knock on him is the older, how much potential he has or whatnot. And the thing I love about him defensively, he's crafty. Like let's say he gets beat and whatnot, and guys rotate over, he understands to go get back to that man. It's more than likely they're gonna be trying to kick it out for a quick 3 in the corner. he understands how to double back and get that steal, or at least get the deflection to prevent that, or get a block, which he did in today's game. So he's never, even when he's beat, he makes up for it with effort and gets back into the play to possibly save a possession or save a basket. And those are little things that don't show in the box score, little intangible things, but it helps you win a lot of games. And that's why Wagner is always competing for conference championship, get to the tournament. And while he was dominant, won Player of the Year. It's not just his offensive abilities; it's his all around. It's his all around game, man. So I wouldn't be surprised if I saw him get some G League seasoning off the start, because I feel like he need to get stronger all as well. He got a slender frame, but once he figure out how to put everything together on the pro level, I think he'll get a shot somewhere. And count down Savion Flagg, Sam Houston State, 6'7", 225-pound wing, 13 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists. It says it right there, man. He does it all. Big, strong, athletic kid. Got to be more efficient shooting that ball, man. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? He put up points, but you know he had makeable shots. That's all I'm saying. So he got to do that. But the all around impact that he showed, it's in him. It's definitely in him. Like I said, when it's your first game in this type of environment, you see a lot of nervous energy. You know, look, everybody can say what they would do. Sound good. It's different. I mean, I'm just being real. It sound good until you look up and you see, you know, the entire league there. Like today, Tommy Shepard was there from the Wizards. Anton Jameson. The entire front offices. You see what I'm saying? You know, those are the decision makers. So it's different, though. You know, arms get a little heavy.
That's a different type of job interview, man.
Yeah, the arms get a little heavy. Legs get a little heavy. Not moving as quick, not jumping as high. Yeah, I mean, it happens, man. So, not saying he did, but I do like the fact that he was aggressive, man. His thing, he got the tools. It's just being more efficient, man. Because like for these guys, pretty much everybody in this showcase, even if you do get a call, get drafted, or get a 2-way or whatnot, you're not going to be close to being the guy offensively. So you got to be able to impact the game in multiple ways, and that's what he did tonight. So he had a strong all around game. And last but not least, Jamari Bouye out of San Francisco, point guard, 6'2", 180. He's built like Kenny Anderson. When I say this boy controls the game, he controls the game like no other. I mean, they put Jacob Gilliard, who's the NCAA all-time steals leader, on him, right? And Jacob Gilliard was trying to get up in him, rip him, just make him from the ball. Man, Bouye ain't had none of that. It didn't phase him in the ones. He's been handles, control the game. He even over dribbles at times, because I think he misses guys from that split second when they're open, they're cutting to the basket or popping over for three. He misses them because he over dribbles. But he has that thing on the string, and when I say he controls the game, he moves at his pace. He's not the quickest, but he is a master of the 3-speed. Like he go from slow to fast to slow real quick, and that's hard for anybody to guard. That's hard for anybody to guard.
Yeah,
like
that's
his breaks is crazy. Like he 100 miles an hour stop, and that's just hard. It's hard. And meanwhile, he got the handles that shake you up, hit you with combinations, and that's how you keep you off balance. And the next thing you know, he's shooting an easy layup. You know what I mean? So
how tall is he? I didn't mean to interrupt, but how tall is he? The size?
6'2". He's 6'2", 180, but he looked shorter than that. Look about 6'1", 6 feet. But like I said, he had 18 points and 82 at shooting, 1 or 3 from deep, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. But he could have had a lot more assists if he just found guys, and that's something. And I think that's just a product of his system. I could tell they wanted the ball in his hands at all times, and him to just create something, make something happen. But then when you playing with higher caliber talent on both ends, because it ain't just his team, it's higher caliber talent on the defense end. So you see that window where you can get them the ball, you got to get it to him. So he was still dribbling and stuff, because he's probably used to having to create things for other guys. And that's an adjustment he has to make. I'm eager to see how he makes that adjustment moving forward in Portsmouth. You know, he's definitely going to have to do that quickly if he wants to play in the league, because obviously we know the game is too fast for you to be over dribbling, missing guys. They're going to get pissed and all that. But as far as controlling game, being a point guard and, you know, setting guys up and figuring out a way to get his, he got that in spades, man. So those were just some standouts for today. Obviously, we had more moving forward, but all in all, it was another good day.
All right, and then I know we got 3 more games tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
3:15, you got Portsmouth Sports Club versus Portsmouth Partnership, Sales Systems Limited versus Mike Duman Auto, and that's Mike Duman's one of the teams that played in that double OT game tonight. We'll see what them legs look like in the second game. It's a good thing that they get the second game tomorrow. And then Norfolk Sports Club versus Roger Brown's Restaurant to close off tomorrow night. And Cardell, looking forward to what you have to report back tomorrow night. Who stood out to you? Who continues to play well down there.
Absolutely.
Definitely looking forward to it. And we appreciate all you guys for tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow night for another episode of The All Around.